Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare and sometimes self-care. So if that is your vibe, please consider hitting subscribe anytime during the video. Today I am continuing my top 10 ingredients video series, and the day has arrived. I am talking about my top 10 favorite Propolis skincare products. You know, I am obsessed with Propolis. I mean, I'm obsessed with every ingredient that we've covered so far, from snail to mugwort to centella to green tea. But you know, Propolis has a very special place in my heart. It's one of my favorite ingredients that treats my skin so well. So I've actually got some surprising ones in here. I've got some new products to share with you. I've definitely got some old favorites, and I might even have more than 10 products in this video. But if you're so ready to find out my top 10 favorite Propolis products, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. Propolis has so many benefits for the skin. It can help to hydrate, moisturize, plump your skin, give you a glow. It can even help with acne and wound healing and inflammation. Propolis is amazing. So I wanted to structure this video a little bit differently. I want to structure it by the most wow benefit that you're going to get from these products. So first off, I'm going to talk about some of the products that give you a real wow factor when it comes to Propolis plumping and hydrating your skin. So first off, I want to talk about the Tonymoly Propolis Tower Barrier Rebalancing Toner. So this combines propolis with niacinamide to create this really wonderful light toner with a little bit of body to it, a little whisper of moisture, and actually a lot of hydration and plumping for the skin without feeling sticky or thick. Now, propolis in the form of a toner is not very common. There's definitely some out there, and I'm going to talk about another one in just a moment. But generally speaking, I see propolis coming in the format of a serum. Now, I like propolis in a toner because, hey, you know, you can maximize your propolis skincare routine pairing a serum and a toner and a cream all together in the same routine. Absolutely. If you love propolis, layer on the propolis. But I also find propolis toners to be really helpful for those who may have oily skin or who may really like very light skincare, really breathable skincare, because propolis, well, I don't think it's sticky or super duper thick or very moisturizing. I do think that it can have a little bit of that medium kind of feel on the skin that might feel like thick for some people. It may feel a little bit too heavy. And in fact, I was recently traveling in a hot country, and even one of my lightest propolis serums just felt a little bit too much. And that's where that toner format can really be helpful for you. If you're seeking the propolis benefits, but you want a lighter format, toners are the way to go. And this one from Tonymoly, like I said, it actually is surprisingly very hydrating, light, like whisper of moisture, no stickiness, and lots of plumping, juicy goodness on your skin. And I want to do a quick shout out to the Tonymoly Propolis Tower Barrier Build-Up Serum in the exact same line. Now, this isn't part of my official top 10 roundup, but I do think that this is a worthy serum that just barely missed the list. So like I said, if you want something lighter, go with the toner. If you want to maximize benefits, layer the toner with the serum. Now, another propolis toner that I adore is the Cosrx Propolis Synergy Toner. And this is actually where I first discovered like propolis in a toner format, and I was like sold immediately. This is beautiful. It is still a watery, loose toner that has some body to it. But this one is a little bit different than Tonymoly because I do believe that the Cosrx toner offers a little bit more moisture to the skin, where Tonymoly was a little bit lighter on moisture. This is a little bit more like balanced and in between, a little bit more medium, if you will. But it's never sticky. It's never thick on the skin. It just feels really comforting, really good for combination skin, I think. You'll notice that the ingredients list here is a little bit more minimal too. They're just really focusing on the propolis, whereas the Tonymoly had a few more extracts in it, a little bit more maximalist on the formula. So if that's something that you're, interested in, maybe something a little bit more minimal, Cosrx is going to be the one for you. I love both. I particularly love this Cosrx one because it does offer so much to my skin in the ways of hydration, plumping, juicy, like that bouncy factor. Oh, don't you love it when you like rehydrate your skin with a toner that just like plumps it up with hydration. That's how this feels. It feels amazing. And honestly, the Propolis benefits of this are so good that sometimes I even skip out on toner for a more minimal skincare routine. Now, I recently discovered the Naturekind Propolis Boosting Ampoule, and this is taking two of my favorite ingredients and really showcasing the benefits of both. This uses propolis and panthenol. Now, panthenol, when we're talking about skincare that deeply hydrates your skin and plumps it up, makes it really bouncy, panthenol is really an ingredient that can do it. It's so barrier supportive for you. It really helps to support your skin's lipid layer, but it also is one of those ingredients that is like really dives in there and really hydrates your skin. And this has such a lovely texture because while this is like a looser, medium gel texture, it has a lot of hydration to it. It doesn't feel really thick like a traditional propolis texture might be. This like really hydrates the skin. It dives in deep. That panthenol is really a star here. And then you get a little bit of that propolis, like that whisper of propolis moisture. Again, never sticky, never tacky on the skin. It's actually pretty light wearing too. I can see this being good for people who maybe a little bit more on the oily side with your skin type, or you just like something a little bit lighter for maybe warmer weather. This definitely has that juicy plumping factor without any weight on the skin. So next up, I want to talk about propolis products that are really great if you have acne, if you're suffering with breakouts, inflammation, you need that wound healing ability that propolis is so famous for. These next products are for you, and I have to start this section off with my hero serum whenever I am breaking out, and that is the by Wishtrend Polyphenols in Propolis 15% Ampoule. Wow, this is so good at soothing breakouts on the skin. And propolis, as I said, it's a great wound healing ingredient. It has been known for that for centuries. It can help to reduce inflammation. It has natural antibacterial benefits that just make it a great gentle acne fighter. Now, this serum is special because it is using propolis, but it is marrying it with H. cordata or heart leaf extract. And this is an ingredient that has those similar gentle acne soothing benefits to it. And this is a real power duo in my opinion. This is one of my all-time favorite serums. I've never stopped talking about it because it works so well for calming down inflammation, calming down those inflamed, swollen pimples, helping to facilitate that healing process, helping to kind of like quicken up the life cycle and just kind of get those pimples out of your life a lot faster. As somebody who has very sensitive skin and can't use really strong acne fighting like exfoliators like salicylic acid, I really can't use benzoyl peroxide. Relying on a power duo like propolis, harnessing that power of propolis and marrying it with the heart leaf extract, chef's kiss. My sensitive skin is happy. My acne is gone. My skin is calmed down. The inflammation is down. And this is a lovely serum. It's got a kind of a light medium texture. I do think it's on the lighter side of propolis, but it may still feel a little bit heavy for some people. I find the texture to be nice and balancing and non-sticky. But like I said, if you do have a more oily skin type or you don't like a weight on your skin, I do want to do like a quick shout out to the Bonajour Propolis serum because this is, in my experience, the lightest, thinnest, like featherweight propolis serum I have ever tried. It's actually a very thin gel texture. It doesn't really have moisture to it. It absorbs like nothing into the skin. It is very, very light, but it still brings the propolis benefit. So I just wanted to mention that because if weight is a concern for you, propolis can get kind of thick in texture. It really can. It's very solidly a medium feel on the skin. If that's kind of a turnoff for you, go for the Bonajour serum instead. So there is another propolis serum that I reach for when my skin is breaking out, and that is the Beauty of Joseon Propolis plus Niacinamide Glow Serum. And this definitely does help to calm down pimples. It's got some betaine salicylate in it. It's obviously got the propolis, which has its great anti-inflammation and antibacterial property to it. It really helps calm pimples down, again, in a very gentle way. But there is a bonus here here, this is offering brightening to the skin. And if you ever get hyperpigmentation after a pimple, and I always do, it's a pain in the butt because it's like the pimple's gone, but you're left with the dark mark. If that sounds like you, this is definitely the serum that you want to look at, because it is simultaneously helping to calm your pimples down, to help heal them and flatten them out. And it's also brightening the dark spot that might be forming as that pimple is inflamed on your skin. There is, like I said, niacinamide in here, but there's also Tonymoly oil in here, which is an interesting ingredient that has some brightening benefits to it, but it also has some wound healing benefits and actually some scar healing benefits to it too. So this is actually a really nice multi-layered serum. There's a couple of interesting ingredients at work here, not just the propolis, but I do feel like this formula lifts up what propolis is all about. And if you get breakouts and you need brightening, you need a hardworking serum, this is definitely one that you want to take a look at. I will mention the texture here because I do think it's kind of thick. It is a thicker gel texture with a good amount of moisture to it. It's not a rich texture. It's not like an overly greasy, not that propolis is ever greasy, but it's not overly moisturizing, but it does have a thicker feel on the skin, a heftier feel, if you will. This is very solidly like a medium moisturizing gel texture. It's not going to work for everybody, I must admit, but the brightening benefit is real. The acne healing benefit is real. It's a wonderful serum and very affordable too. Now let's move on to propolis products that give you a glow, because one of the most famous benefits of propolis is that it just gives you this healthy, glowy, lit from within complexion. It just makes your skin so beautiful. And that's actually a benefit that I am always seeking with any propolis product. And I do think that pretty much everything we've talked about is going to give you a little bit of that. But the next couple of products that I'm going to talk about really shine in this department. And the first one I want to talk about is the Dr. Ceuracle Royal Vita Propolis 33 Ampoule. Now this is truly like a cult classic K-beauty product. This is really one of the OG famous propolis ampoules. It's been around for a super duper long time. It actually used to go under a different name before I think it was Lee Giham changed their name to Dr. Ceuracle. This has actually been through a couple of reformulations as well, so you might want to refamiliarize yourself with this if you're like an old school K-beauty fan like I am, because for the longest time I was like putting this product off because I thought it had essential oils in it, and for a while it actually did, but it no longer does. So this current formula is fragrance free, and it doesn't contain any essential oils or any drying alcohol. And this is a really like what I consider to be a real traditional or like classic propolis serum texture. You know, it's got a little bit of that richness, a little bit of that luxurious slip to it, a little bit more moisture. Definitely in the medium weight category, but again, never sticky on the skin. It almost has like that honey-like feel to it. So I love the texture of this. My skin craves a little bit of moisture, so this is just that right amount. And this will make your skin glow. You know, the propolis benefit, the propolis effect here is really strong. It will make your skin look really healthy. It'll make your skin just feel strong and healthy too. But after like a week or two of using this, you might be like, hey, my skin is shining, my skin is glowing, my skin looks so healthy. And that is just one of those like really addictive benefits to propolis products. Like this is super famous for a reason, because the glow, it's real. Next up, I want to talk about the Cosrx Propolis Serum. Now this texture, it is a medium gel moisturizing texture, but it just doesn't have that like luxurious slip. It doesn't have a little bit of that richness like the Dr. Ceuracle has. It's a little bit more of like a hydrating and moisturizing medium gel texture. So you're actually, much like the toner, you're actually going to get a little bit of that kind of plumping, little hydrating factor with a nice amount of moisture that's just not greasy on the skin. I think it feels really nice. I think it's a very, I call it like a straightforward serum, because there's not a lot of extra happening in the texture. That's not a bad thing. I'm just letting you know. And there's not a lot of extra going on in the ingredients list either. I mean, this is really just focused on what propolis can do for your skin. There's not the extra extracts. There's like no fragrances. There's no brighteners or anything. It really is just like about propolis. And I do think that the glow benefit really comes through, especially if you want to use the whole Cosrx like Propolis line or a few items from it, like layering the toner with the serum. I think it actually builds on the glow benefit and even that plumping factor too. So this is a really nice one to look at. I have to mention the Cosrx Propolis Honey Overnight Mask as well, because this is our first sleeping pack in the lineup. And I just love a product that works for your skin overnight. You know, while you're sleeping, it's like no effort and you wake up to glowier skin in the morning. I love that. And that's really what this mask does. It was recently reformulated to add in a little bit of honey, which is like a cousin to Propolis. They're not actually the same thing. That is something that people have a misunderstanding about. And I think there's been some deceptive marketing over the years, kind of like, you know, showing a picture of honey when they're talking about Propolis. They're related. They're both bee products, but they're not the same thing at all. But they do have somewhat similar benefits for the skin. So it is nice to see them layered together in a product because I do think they make each other better. Propolis, so amazing for the skin. Honey, a really beautiful anti-inflammatory ingredient that also brings a glow. So these two ingredients together working really hard in this sleeping mask that has this great like gel texture to it that I think dries on the skin nicely. It's not a really heavy sleeping mask, and it's not something that like your hair is going to get stuck to your face because it dries quickly, you know, or your cheek like stuck to your pillow, or like you get skincare residue on your pillow. Like these things happen, but I do feel like this mask kind of helps to sidestep some of that. And when you wake up in the morning, you're going to notice like my skin looks super healthy. It looks really glowy. And I love that benefit because like I said, there's like no effort involved. You just have to put this on your face and go to sleep. That's it. And a quick sidebar shout out to the Cosrx Propolis Moisturizer. This is a little bit too light for my combination, leaning on the dry side skin, but I do love the airy whipped texture of this moisturizer. And if you like a little bit of a lighter type of moisturizer, this one is something you should check out. All right, let's move on to Propolis products that bring moisture and nourishment and comfort to the skin. We're talking the most luxurious Enrich Propolis products out there, and I have to talk about the very famous cult classic Skinfood Royal Honey Propolis Essence. Oh yes, I love this. I'm drooling. Yes, I am. If we were talking about a luxurious, rich, moisturizing, silky type of propolis texture, this is it. This is the original. This is the best example of this. I mean, like, I love the Dr. Ceuracle, but it can't even hold a candle to this. This is like honey. Like, it is like the actual texture of honey. And there is honey in here. So maybe that is honoring it a little bit, but oh, I love the texture. It feels so silky and luxurious as you move it onto your skin. Like, it absorbs really nicely, and it just like gives your skin that hug and that comfort. This is traditionally something that I gravitate towards a lot in the winter time because that's when my skin goes very, very dry. It needs that comfort. It needs that nourishment. And this serum really provides that while never being sticky. By the way, I know I was saying it's like honey, but it doesn't have a sticky or a tacky factor to it. It plumps your skin. It makes it look glowy. It helps to calm inflammation and sensitivity and can help with acne a little bit. And it really moisturizes the skin in a non-greasy, non-oily type of way. I just think it feels amazing. As you can tell by my description, it really is geared more towards those who are combination, leaning more to the dry side of things. Like, I don't think it's so rich that it'll overwhelm combination skin, but just know that it is offering a lot of moisture and it feels so good. Like, it is like I was saying with the Dr. Ceuracle, it's a classic for a reason. This is even more of a classic in my opinion, and it is popular for a reason. It has been around for a very long time for a reason. It's just that good, and it really is like the top of the tops when it comes to moisturizing luxurious propolis. Now, when it comes to the last product, I struggled. Where should I put this in the video? Because it very easily would have fit in the glow category, actually beautifully, because this product really brightens up your skin, but it is also quite a moisturizing product too. So I saved this one for last, and it is the Iunik Propolis Vitamin Sleeping Mask. Now, this this is a really interesting product because we've got another sleeping mask here, but I have to say it's a very different texture than the Cosrx Propolis mask, which was more of like a medium gel texture. This is a thicker, very occlusive, moisturizing kind of ointment cream balm type texture. It's a little bit thicker and it definitely creates a more occlusive protective layer on the skin, really sealing the moisture in. And in fact, if you're somebody who likes that slugging technique, but you want something lighter than Vaseline, this actually gives very similar benefits as Vaseline does. It's just not quite as thick. And I think that this strikes just the right balance and texture, at least for me personally. Plus, I mean, like, talk about slugging. There's so many other benefits to this than just pure petrolatum. I mean, we've got the propolis in here. So we've got the antibacterial, the anti-inflammation, the glow benefit. We've got a little bit of moisture coming from the propolis too. But then we also have a sea buckthorn fruit extract, which is actually a natural vitamin C, which brings a little bit of brightening to the skin and some antioxidant protection. But I mean, we've got good old niacinamide in here too, and that's actually really helping to bump up the brightening benefit of this mask. And like I said, this easily could have been in the glow category because this, like, I almost guarantee you, I will bank this, that like if you use this mask, you will wake up with a brighter complexion. It happens really fast with this mask. It really does give you that wow benefit. It impressed me the very first time I used this. I was not expecting much from it. And when I like looked in the mirror the very next morning, kind of like groggy eyed, like, you know, stumbling to the bathroom, I'm like, oh my gosh, my skin looks really good. Like, what's happening? I'm like, oh yeah, that mask claims to brighten your skin. And it does. So this has so many benefits to it. It's moisturizing, it's protective, it's occlusive, it's great for dry skin. It gives you the slugging benefit. It will make your skin glow. It will brighten up your complexion. It's a wonderful one. So now it's your turn. Let me know what propolis products you love in the comment box below. And make sure to check out my other top 10 ingredient videos if you haven't already. And, you know, if you did watch this video, you made it this far, but you have not hit subscribe, please, I would be so honored if you would subscribe to my channel, especially if you love to get new skincare content throughout the week. I do upload a lot of new full-length videos and YouTube shorts, so definitely turn on notifications if you don't want to miss out on any of the good skincare fun. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Love you so much. Bye.